Glad you're with us from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Nearly have played 1/4 of an hour as we are into the 15th minute where it's 1-0, Georgia Impact leading Chattanooga Football Club. Ball came off quickly. Thrown into the wing. Dillard fights for it, nearly stolen away. Struck towards the spot, cleared out. Impact watches Chattanooga gets it back in vacant space. Pinballs around, Chattanooga in pursuit, and finally pushed to the midfield stripe. Impact slide tackles. She is taken down, and Chattanooga stays with the ball. And that was a great opportunity for the Impact that is squandered as they just can't get around that final Chattanooga on the back. Great defensive tackle. From the corner, Chattanooga trying to battle this inside. It's taken from Reese McDermott, who scored the brace against UFA last week, and off of the brickwork it goes. So Chattanooga will throw in again. Prime positioning for this as it's tossed onto the turf. Fighting for this. Nice dig and spin move by Lydia Robertson, who scored earlier. Chattanooga out front of the arc. This one delivered left side of the penalty arc across the area. CFC wants to fire down to the 6-yard box. No one there as it's fired wide left. Wonderful opportunity for Chattanooga. Good job creating down inside, especially trailing early, and they just can't string the pass together to find the string. It remains 1-0. Georgia, midfield. Backwards, behind the circle. Rolled a long way down to the edge of the pitch to Paulson. Avery finesses this through traffic. A triple team is enough for Chattanooga to disrupt. Well taken by Valentine, the midfielder from California. Sent long, goodbye. That thing is out of here. Glad you're with us, WPSL action. Chattanooga won 5-0 last week in their season opener and made some noise in the WPSL National Match of the Week against the Georgia Impact. Now they trail 1-0 at home, just over a quarter of an hour into this matchup against the Impact. Gabriel Schrei, Pro Side Soccer for Fort Finley. Welcome into the venue. We've got some better weather now than we had at kickoff. It looked awful for a moment there. The wind blows through and we're going well. Rolled off. Chattanooga will throw in quickly. Dean, the forward from Littleton, Colorado. A baby handoff, and now we'll see another throw in. Merrick. Great placement. Chattanooga. McDermott dug it off initially. Callaway is somehow able to finesse this back to Cup. Anna, the defender from Bartlett, Illinois, got this to midfield. Ouch, off the back of a teammate, taken down by Hunt. And May goes backwards for Chattanooga, who bends this to the far side. Chattanooga moving quickly. Vigil pushes this down the edge of the field towards the corner. Chattanooga's got it. This is Dillard trying to turn around the Impact player. She's got it free into the area, out front, penalty arc right side. Bang! Chattanooga equalizes 1-1 at home. What a delivery for the Chattanooga Football Club. Can you say Golazo in Chattanooga, Tennessee? Oh, baby, a howitzer to the top right corner. Unstoppable. Chattanooga has looked so good in the early stages of this season. Georgia Impact comes to Southeast Tennessee and they say, hey, we're going to have our hands, or should I say feet full with Chattanooga. We're going to have to score early. We're going to have to bring a lot of heat and pressure. They do exactly that. They really put the heat on in this first quarter of an hour. Chattanooga equalizes us, as you can see in the replay. Now the question is, how do we come out of this and move forward? Does it remain this deadlocked matchup? Does it stay close? Does it feel tight? Or does somebody pull away with what we've seen so far? These two sides are really well matched together. A lot of fun so far. 1-1. We play on. Hannah Tillett scores her first of the year for Chattanooga Football Club. Callaway floats it backwards to Anna Cup. The Valpo center back. She's been really good. Starred at Sockers FC. Featured on the U19 squad, ranked second nationally. Impact into the area, trying to float it out front, and it's pushed off by Chattanooga's Dillard. Midfield, Georgia. Struck towards the penalty arc, misfired. It goes too long and rolls beyond the dangerous boots of an Impact teammate. Crockett went to Tillett, and it's off in front of the Chattanooga bench. Great spot for a throw-in. From the corner, Callaway watches as it's pushed off by Crockett. And so Katie Callaway will throw in. Delivered just outside of the 18. Back towards the edge of the pitch and blown dead. Chattanooga will take over. Crockett to take the kick. Through midfield. Tillett handed it off. And as Weir couldn't get to it, Valentine all the way back to the keeper who ropes it across the 18. Pretty close, but able to keep it away. Chattanooga. 22nd minute, equalized, a goal apiece between these two sides in the setting sun that's poking over Lookout Mountain. Look at the floater, penalty arc, aerial play. Chattanooga's going to lose it initially. Impact trying to keep possession as CFC knifes it away. Tillett, who scored moments ago, cuts left, rolled to the 18-yard box from the corner. She knifes her way inside, down towards the end line, and tried to float it out front, but it's knocked off by Georgia. Great play defensively by the Impact. That's exactly what you want to see. Helping your keeper, bringing a lot of heat, making life very difficult. They do exactly that, and they do it well. Now Chattanooga will have their first prime set-piece opportunity at their home pitch today. CFC loading up the box. 4 Navy kits inside. It'll come from the far corner. The signal, the delivery, over the top. Chattanooga watches as this sails, some wind under it. It floats, it skies off of the field. Goal kick for the Impact, who are tied, deadlocked to goal apiece with Chattanooga. We've got a change coming for the Chattanooga side. Yonaha, the defender from Okinawa, Japan, 23 appearances, 7 assists for the Aggies in 2024. Utah State's first ever NCAA tournament match hosted, partially thanks to Yonaha, who was electric in the NCAA this season. She's been great for Chattanooga so far as well. Crockett, what a takeaway. Push through, it rattles beyond the boots of waiting defenders. Cup will have to run it down, pursued by Reese McDermott, who scored the brace last time out. Paulson, touchline in front of the Chattahooligans. Center field stripe, regathered. Callaway, just beyond the waiting boots of Weir. Nice move. Lydia Robertson in traffic went back up to her. Anna has it stolen by Chattanooga. Azules goes backwards. Crockett. Long strike. Reese, harassed by Callaway, nearly taken up in vacant space by Suzuki. This one rattled back and forth with laser strikes. Sent long. Maria Howell into the wing, dribbling, knifing her way out to the corner. Tillett takes the handoff and now fighting her way down to the end line. Robertson there, backside, no one to deliver as it's cleared by Paulson. Great play by Avery, positioned herself perfectly, knew where that ball was coming. Nobody is there to contest her or the Georgia Impact as they clear it away. 25th minute winding. Chattanooga. Valentine. Chipped over the top. Gathered. Dillard tries to brush this down into the 6, and it's easily gloved by the keeper. She gets through. There's 3 defenders there, and, you know, there's a little bit of contact. Probably not enough that she couldn't have taken a better quality shot, but the risk reward there is if you don't take the shot right then, you're probably going to be disrupted anyhow. Just take the low quality chance. Played off the head of an Impact attacker. Chattanooga takes it away. Crockett goes inside, rattled right back to her. Yonaha pushed it across, now to the back line. All the way to our keeper. CFC went to Abby. Knifes around one defender. Tries to knit a pass down the field, and as it's dumped over the top, she's taken down hard. Very aggressive physical play. And Juan Hernandez wants a word with her as we do get a change for Chattanooga. We're going to see Dillard come off, and Aniquilita Mangazuma is coming in. She hails from Edson Sa, Cameroon. Mangazuma recently made the move to the United States when she joined the Braves of Alcorn State University. Aniquilita looked really good last time out for Chattanooga. Trying to push that to the box. Knocked away and stolen by the Impact. Georgia. Edge of the field, good delivery. Long feed, center of the pitch, ahead of steam for the Impact. Georgia on the move, dribble, dribble, dribble. She works her way down to the edge of the 18, back along out of the wing, and she is taken down as we get the whistle. Quite a lot of physicality for an early season WPSL match. These girls are playing with everything on the line today. 2 really good rosters, deep resumes up and down the field. Chattanooga, one of the highest scoring clubs in America so far this season, with 6 goals scored. The Impact scored early. This will be delivered. What a prime chance. Georgia backside. The floater is taken out of the air. Snatched. Kylie Hall continues to stand on her head. The Californian played in the Champions League in 2022, won championships in Guatemala and Romania, played 4 years of collegiate soccer at Texas A&M Corpus Christi, won a state championship in Disney Cup with the Dallas Texans, and played on North Texas ODP's state team. Really impressive stuff from Hall in her collegiate career and so far this summer for Chattanooga FC in the WPSL. Ball's off, so we'll see a throw in. Chattanooga coached by Juan Hernandez, club legend, former Chattanooga FC assistant coach. Really a great national recruiting focus from Juan. Juan is a dear friend, very big fan of the Hernandez family. They're wonderful people. Long strike of the ball, a little too much air under this, as that one's going to pack its bags and head on vacation. 3 changes for the Georgia Impact now. We're going to see TJ Anderson for the first time today as she comes onto the pitch, joined by Maddie Stoddard. And it looks like we're also going to get our first look at Sarah Houston today. Really good couple of changes there. Stoddard just finished her freshman year with the Tigers of Auburn. First appearance came in August against Clemson. Saw time off the bench in 10 matches and a couple of SEC matches. The most came against Ole Miss. Graduate of Denmark High. She's been really good. Sarah Houston committed to play for the Princeton Tigers. She hasn't played collegiately yet. Going to be competing in the Ivy League this fall, according to Top Drawer Soccer. 37 goals to the Harrison Goblins, including 14 from her senior year just now. She's also considered a top 150 player in the country by IMG and is a U.S. Youth National Team regional camp invitee. TJ Anderson, the final one that checked in just now. She's done with her collegiate career, played for the Richmond Spiders. Transferred after 1 year with the Louisville Cardinals. She scored 11 goals and recorded 27 points. In the course of her career, 57 starts and 60 appearances. Really great collegiate career. 4-year starter at Wesleyan School as well. A Georgia AA State Player of the Year. All-county class, all-region obviously. 85 goals in her high school career. It's a program record for Wesleyan. 85 goals. We played a half of an hour between these two sides. 1 goal apiece, and that's prime positioning for the Impact. Georgia will deliver with a bend over the top. To take this is Eats. Grace, backside, the header goes wide. A sigh of relief for Miss Hall. Really well bent down to that spot, and it's just off of the mark. Nothing that the Georgia Impact can do to tie this all up. TJ Anderson, who just checked in, the midfielder from Peachtree City, is the one who tried to finish it off. The Impact pursuing Chattanooga. Crockett, a rocket down towards midfield. Footed to Anique Lolita Mongezuma. She goes up to Reese McDermott. Fighting her way around Avery Paulson and left off into the circle. It's a far side bend for Chattanooga. And it's lost over the touchline as we'll see a reset. Roped over the top. Stripe and Georgia. Impact. Watch this get taken away. Chattanooga on the corner of the 18. Back to the penalty arc, fired, and it's loosely regathered. That one did not have any authority on it. Chattanooga stolen away at midfield. We just had a technical glitch, and the speaker, the feedback speaker from our switcher where our director is sitting, started playing the audio back. So I could hear myself talking across the room while I'm doing the game. That's not the worst that's ever happened, though. Long before these guys were working the games, at one point, the play-by-play from the broadcast was going live over the stadium speakers while I was trying to call the game, and I'll tell you, that is extremely disruptive. Not just to me, but to the fans. No one wants to hear that while they're here in the stadium. This one rolls down the touchline, set back through midfield. Floated over the top, Crockett will regather. Chattanooga fights for this. Ladled on a nice aerial dish to Reese McDermott, and the fancy footwork isn't enough to quite beat out Anna Cupp. Georgia Impact, an extremely strong roster. They need that talent and they need cohesion to topple this red-hot Chattanooga side. First match of the season for Georgia. Tillette shadowing just around her. Impact lose this to Chattanooga. Valentine to McDermott. Trying to kick her way around the defenders. Rocks, moves down inside. Penalty spot kick is knocked away. GA watches as Chattanooga fights to regather. Twisting is May Hunt as this one is off right in front of the Georgia Impact bench. We'll see a throw in. 35th minute in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Impact dribbling to themselves and delivering is Grace. Aerial feed is up for grabs. Chattanooga takes it down. Through the central portion, long strike, just onside, fired and gloved down deep in between the sticks. Well played by Georgia Impact. Charlie Bernal all the way through against Chattanooga. In the wing, Chattanooga tries to take it away. They're in trouble. 3 players to work with. Great delivery to the spot and hammered away by CFC. Regathered. Impact watches it stripped by Anique Lolita Mangazuma. And it's off. The Cameroon native completely disrupted the regather opportunity. Georgia Impact just can't contest with Chattanooga in that final third right now. And it's odd because the first 10 minutes of this match, Chattanooga couldn't do anything. They couldn't get it out to midfield. They hadn't seen the attacking third. They were in a defensive shell and fighting to keep above water, so to speak. Now it feels like they're free and running. On cue, delivered deep and gloved by Connolly in the final third, down deep on top of the 6. Ryan gets a hold of the ball. Keeps this one locked up with 1 score for each side. We'll get more into the table in our second half of play. I'll also talk to you about the top 25 in the league. But in the Southeast Division, Chattanooga is the number 1 team. Just 1 win. They've only played a match. That's a great feed. Long strike into the wing. Georgia Impact stop it up in the corner. Dribbling, knifes her way to the end line with a good step out front onto the 6, and it's hammered by Chattanooga. They've got it. Tillette beautifully fed to the circle, and Georgia has to watch this roll beyond midfield. Chattanooga's got more than that. Anique fires this down, left side of the penalty arc, steps towards the spot, right side, bang! Chattanooga out ahead, 2-1 at home in Fort Finley. Don't forget the most important part of that play when you stamp it on the highlight reel. Anique Lolita Mangazuma gets the ball, a gorgeous pass down. Reese McDermott is double teamed, fights her way into the area, somehow creates space, right stick, bang. She's got it, 2-1 Chattanooga FC. And oh, I love the sweep there. Look at that replay graphic. Another look at this. Great replay. Great score. McDermott knifes her way to the spot. There's that double team. Look at her split that. They're crashing down. Connolly does everything she can. She is fully sold out. Feet are off the ground, arm outstretched, nothing happening. Chattanooga midfield. Dumped over the top. And taken away by Georgia Impact. 1 goal separates us. Chattanooga leading the Impact. And we're late in our first 3/4 of an hour in the 39th minute. Good feed, but she's got no help to push forward to as Chattanooga will take it away. In the Southeast Division, Chattanooga's on top. They're undefeated. Just one win. They've only played a match, 3 points. A couple of teams are up there with them. Decatur's got to win. Atlanta Fire's got to win. All with 3 points. And Georgia Impact is undefeated and hasn't won yet, as this is their first match. So with no points on the table, they're sitting at 4th in the Southeast Division. They're going to have to play 2 in a row at home, or I should say they're privileged to play 2 in a row at home. On the 1st and 4th of June, they'll host the UFA Gunners and Atlanta Fire United before they'll hit the road for a pair in a row. First taking on Atlanta Fire again, so back-to-back matches against them, and the UFA Gunners again. Chipped away by Georgia. CFC in the wing. Chat knifing around the defender. She's got it near the end line. Chattanooga will go back to the corner. Great dribbling. Wants the feed to the penalty spot. Knocked away onto the penalty arc, and it's taken by GISC. Hit the brakes. Rolled back. Nice delivery, but they're going to need some help. She's onside. She's got a convoy. Grace down to the backside. Fires the shot, and what a save by Kylie Hall. That is an incredible stop of the ball. Absolute 10-bell save in our 41st minute by Kylie Hall. That was unreal. The set piece provided now to the Impact. The pink side will deliver with 5 kits inside of the 18. Ben out front wanted to put a helmet onto the ball. It rolls through the area and will have to be regathered. GA along the touchline. Juan Hernandez says that's off. Gives a hand to the player that's slow to rise. That's a good example of first-class coach right there, Juan. Impact. Knifing, Ben inside. Regathered. Georgia wanted the spot, and it's knocked away. We're going to get our first look at Kennedy Crowder today, who's just checked in, the defender for Marietta. There's a replay that's saved by Kylie Hall. My goodness. Great pass inside. I mean, you could not see a better delivery than that for Georgia. I mean, maybe shift the whole play to the left 3 yards for the attacker, and she's got a little more room to choose which side to shoot to. But Hall makes a great read and makes the play. In the corner, Impact. Miscollected. 43rd minute, halfway over. Rapidly approaching whiteboard time for these two sides in a 1-goal match, 2-1. Chattanooga leading the Impact. Nice roll through. Chattanooga tried the opposing side. Just through, and they've got a little bit of room. 5 defenders there. A reset. The Sky Blues will pitch this to the backside of the circle. Nice finesse to Valentine. She's going to let this go down to the penalty arc where Chattanooga has it and hammers a ball over the top and wide. Well, a nice look for Chattanooga. Those are the kinds of opportunities you want to see your club, whoever that is, creating for themselves. They get a hold of it, they create some artificial space, and even though it's well defended by Georgia, they're able to get the ball into a great scoring position and get off a very high-quality shot, just mistouched by the attacker. Impact rolled across, it's Eats. I thought she was looking for TJ. Crowder goes backwards, now pushed down to Cup, knitted down the turf across. Back and forth they go, and the collision on the edge of the AstroTurf results in the whistle. Himari Sato is the one who went down. She played NJCAA JUCO soccer for Cowley College, the Tigers, and recently signed to play with Georgia State University, the Panthers. In 2 seasons, she scored 3 goals and recorded 15 total points, starting 41 of her 42 appearances. She's not the only Japanese side player that recently made a change. She also plays with Hina Suzuki. Sent through, back across. Maddie Stoddard knocked away. Chattanooga watches as this is sent to the edge of the wing. Bent to the penalty arc and floated to midfield. Reese McDermott. A violation with Anna Cup as they're tied up. Hina Suzuki, the other forward from Japan. Sato plays midfield. Both of them played for the Cowley College Tigers. Recently signed to play with Georgia State University, the Panthers. Suzuki, 2 seasons, she scored a lights-out 25 goals, 57 points, starting 32 of her 43 appearances. In the corner, a little logjam action down there. Prime spot for the Impact to do a little extra time wasting. Floated back and forth. This is off. Valentine roped and knocked away initially. Sato pushed it out, and that'll do it. Referee comes down to have a quick word. He didn't like that. Trying to get this sorted between Georgia and Chattanooga. Tennessee's side club battling the Impact. Down out front of the spot, Impact trying to clear away. Narrowly stolen by Chattanooga, she's in danger. Chipped on the end line, still loose, fighting for possession. Corner of the area, Chattanooga. She cuts it out towards the penalty arc, knifes around another defender. This one bobbled over the top and gloved by our keeper. Protecting the sticks. Connolly gets on top of it, as that will conclude our first half of action and send us to whiteboard time between these two clubs. 2-1. Chattanooga Football Club is in the lead over the Georgia Impact in WPSL play from Chattanooga, Tennessee. We'll have the second half of action when we return on Chattanooga FC's broadcast network and the National Soccer Network. Let's take a look back at our first half of play before we start half number two. Impact bent this down inside. It was misfired. Flashing to the 35th minute of play. This is Chattanooga, and what a strike it was, but gloved very well by Ryan. This one went way back in the 7th minute to make it 1-0 GISC. Chattanooga rolled this to the right side of the penalty arc to wow, look at that, right side of the stick. That one too easy. Impact, the floater in the 28th minute, gloved beautifully by Kylie Hall. Deadlocked to goal apiece. This is in the 31st, and it went wide. Flashing forward to the 35th minute, this one rolled through into the area and was hammered just down to the left stick. That was your first half of play between these two sides. It brought us into the second half, 2-1 after 3/4 of an hour between Chattanooga and Georgia Impact, and we are underway in our second half between these two sides. Welcome if you're just joining us. I'm Gabriel Schreier. We're excited to have you here. What promises to be a thrilling second half of action in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Long feed down for Chattanooga. Into the area, fired and rejected and collected to be buried down deep the field for Georgia Impact, as Crockett will have to run that down. Down the touchline. Chattanooga's Crockett. Jordan will put this out towards midfield again. And as it rattles through traffic, it'll stay with Chattanooga FC. Long feed. Somehow this rolls through and Chattanooga covers it. Battle at midfield as Chattanooga regathers. Struck back to the keeper again. There's a shot and gloved by Kylie Hall. Great save deep down inside of the 6. Chattanooga puts us back underway. This one rolled through midfield. Goalkeeper for Chattanooga going to have her hands full in the second half. The sunshine pouring just over the top of Signal Mountain right into her eyes. 48th minute, 2-1 Chattanooga. This is rolled off. Two really good starts tonight to the careers of Regina Campa and Chloe Reeves. They are on the bench, not in the match. Both of them are Chattanooga FC Academy products, getting their first chance to be involved in the Women's Premier Soccer League. Congratulations to those two Chattanooga FC products playing professionally tonight for their hometown. Here's the delivery on the set piece for Chattanooga. Down to the 6, pushed out beyond the arc, regathered, heeled down to the corner of the area. This rolls to the edge of the wing. Chattanooga on top of it, dribbling, wants to fire inside it instead, up onto the stairs in the stands. Chattanooga, in our 50th minute of play, tries again. into the 18. 4 defenders swarmed the ball. Chattanooga takes it anyhow, just beyond the box. Walks it towards the corner of the 18, and she is shoved to the ground on the sideline. Certain to see a yellow card off of that. Just far too physical. And that is an excellent athlete. One of the best on the roster for the Georgia Impact. They hate to see her suffer the yellow. They need her. Erin Houston, forward from Kennesaw, Georgia. 21 starts this year for the Tigers. Created the game-winning own goal in the 3rd minute against number 5 Clemson. Earned an assist at South Alabama. Debuted as a freshman. She's a former Harrison High School Goblin. Prime chance for Chattanooga Football Club, who already leads by a goal in our 51st. Been inside and clipped away from the 6-yard box. It'll be regathered by Azules. The Navy Kits try to fight their way into the area, and it's cleared to midfield. On top of it, Yoneda wanted to push it to the 18. Chattanooga could be in trouble. There's a long strike over the top, and she gloves this carefully. Chattanooga playing Maddie Smith from Omaha, Nebraska in goal. Championship pedigree to CFC this summer. Won the 2024 WPSL Championship with California Storm. Started her NCAA career at Lake Tahoe. Chattanooga's through, but going to be cut off. Maddie Smith played with the University of Maryland Terrapins. 24 games. Completed her NCAA career with Florida State and the Seminoles as a 5th-year senior. In the 52nd, they're going to blow her dead. She can't believe it. The fans have some words for our referee. Chattanooga will give the ball back to Georgia. GISC trailing by a goal. I'll run you through the Southeast Division standings, where we're at between these clubs, what they need to do going forward, and I'll also talk to you about the top 25 in the league momentarily throughout the United States. Big collision. They go down right in front of the 4th officials table, the scorers table. We'll see what the referee has to say about it. Weir's there along with her. So as Weir and Vigil go down, the Utah State Aggie and the Virginia Tech Hokie see the ball turned to Chattanooga Football Club. There's a huge toothbrush in the press box. It's got to be 7 foot long. Wonder why they have that. Got a lot of questions I'll never get answers to right now. That's the biggest toothbrush I've ever seen. Chattanooga will air this out towards the penalty arc, trying to deliver to the area, brushed away. Taken down, impact to center field, and this is sent to the sideline. Roped back across for the Impact Soccer Club. Midfield circle, jostling, grabbing, hand fighting. Chattanooga gathered on the boots of Reese McDermott, who pushes it down into the area. Just in the 18, chipped perfectly to the keeper, who clears. Doesn't get it far enough away, but another chance at redemption for Impact. The Tennessee side club swarming, trying to prevent them from being able to clear, and now GISC has it all alone. Good job for them, moving this back and forth, pushing it around, manufacturing some space for themselves. Chattanooga, top 10 of the WPSL South, number 1 in the Southeast Division. Georgia has an extremely strong roster. They need cohesion between all of that talent to topple the red-hot Chattanooga. First match of the season for this GISC side. Chattanooga started their 2025 campaign, that emphatic 5-0 victory over the UFA Gunners right here at Fort Finley. McDermott, Kennedy Ball both scored braces. Returner Annalisa Vincent scored a fifth and final goal on an assist by Dean. Chattanooga is just beyond midfield to deliver. Long down to the penalty spot, floated through and gloved. Through, impact, left off on the edge of the area. Weir to the end line, battling for it, and this is all the way off. Goal kick, Chattanooga Football Club. Maddie Smith will deliver. Played our first 10 minutes of our second half of action. One goal separates these two. Nice delivery. Brushed across again. There's the long bend. Aired out, Chattanooga gathers. Pushed away from two would-be thieves. The collision is Tillette keeps. Hannah for Chattanooga. Roped it to Vigil. CFC midfield. And the center back like Smith. Chattanooga. Down across through the central area, and the floater is going to be taken up by CFC. A sliding save to cover for the impact down on top of the 6. In the 57th, Georgia prevents any further damage. All the way through to Maddie Smith. Be sure to join us. A lot of matches coming up this month. 5 in Chattanooga. ChattanoogaFC.com. Click under the tickets tab. You could also visit CFCTix.com. Moves around quite a bit in the middle area. Gate 11 Distillery will host the official away match watch party this Sunday for Chattanooga Football Club on the MLSNP side. That's a 7 p.m. kick. They are in Orlando, the Sunshine State. We'll have full coverage available, free to listen to radio, Chattanooga FC on Mixler. We'll see the kick again for the impact. Just beyond the midfield stripe, midway through our 59th. Long feed, straight line to Maddie Smith. She'll just pick it up. Chattanooga has now scored a whopping 7 goals, a goal differential of +6, as we're just beyond halfway through their second match of the season. We've nearly played 1 full hour between these two sides. WPSL action. A little bit of tag and catch being played on the back. Connolly lets it go. One pass becomes two, now three, before it's sent into the Dashers intentionally by Chattanooga. Big thank you to National Soccer Network for simulcasting our coverage of tonight's match. I'm Gabriel Schrei. Let me know if you're tuned in from somewhere interesting. Would love to hear if you're out of the country, overseas, in an obscure state. We've got some really cool photos sent to me over the years. That's my handle on screen at the bottom on X or Twitter if you prefer. Tag me. And some of my favorites, I love the kids we've seen watching overseas. Tuned in at home wearing Chattanooga FC scarves and hats. It's just super cool. Definitely would love to see anybody watching from out of state or the young ones watching. Great feed through. Smith could be in trouble. Stoppy knifing her way backwards on top of the six deep in the area. Bent penalty arc. Chattanooga is going to stay clean as that sails on the impact over the top. Moment of pure danger for Chattanooga as Smith is scrambling. Somehow able to stay safe as we play just beyond 1 hour, and it's 2-1 Chattanooga. Sarah Houston has come into the match for the Georgia Impact. Not the first time we've seen her. She's committed to play for the Princeton Tigers in the Ivy League this fall. Chattanooga down across to the touchline. Vigil will try midfield, but it's taken away. Georgia suddenly has a lot of momentum. They're really living it up down in this last third, bringing some pressure. This one bent out front. It's loose all the way through in front of the 6. Stopped on the 18. Chattanooga takes it away momentarily. Almost regathered on top of the penalty arc and hammered to midfield by Chattanooga. Ball fighting for possession. Ropes a pass. This one left off through the penalty arc. 6 gloved, covered. What a save. Down on top of the 6. Maddie Smith checked in after our first 3/4 of an hour. They come out of whiteboard time, and Coach Juan Hernandez says, hey, let's try the keeper from Omaha, Nebraska. And she is protecting the sticks with her life, my goodness. 63rd minute, halfway over in a 1-goal match. Connolly rolled the ball back underway. Shout out to Motu, who is tuned in from... Hold that thought. This one bent over the top. Gloved by Smith again. Oh, baby. Flash the gloves. She has been fantastic. The Terrapin, the Seminole, former member of the California Storm. There's a reason she won the 2024 WPSL championship. Chattanooga taken away by Sarah Houston. Hustling her way down the side of the field, lost. That rolls back towards the brickwork. Summer camps coming up for Chattanooga Football Club. It's not too late to sign up. The 9th through the 12th at Southern Adventist University, the 23rd through 26th at Southern Adventist, and July 14th through 17th. Visit ChattanoogaFC.com to learn more and sign up. Chipped across, Chattanooga. Great intercept in vacant space. Dillard, the one who got things started for the Navy side. Not only are there two great academy products for Chattanooga making their first WPSL appearance tonight, they're on the bench dressed for Chattanooga Football Club. We talked about them a little bit ago. Again, congratulations to them. Regina Campa, Chloe Reeves, but 2 days ago, the girls' Navy side 2006-2007 class, Lauren Fuller committed to play for the Flames of Lee University. Congrats to Lauren. Through midfield, Chattanooga. Nice pass across the circle. Gathered, hammered by Kennedy. Ball, long feed into the area and covered just in time by Connolly. She has to come way out for that. As we've just played over 65 minutes, she's able to get gloves onto the ball. Nice stop. My goodness, that was disgusting. Can we squeegee the field right there? Again with it, Callaway tries for the penalty arc. Rattled away initially. Regathered, Georgia. Katie walks her way towards the wing, left off into the corner, impact the crossing ball, and this one is gloved again by Maddie Smith. She's incredible tonight. Chattanooga's men's side playing on Sunday at 7 p.m. against Orlando. Chattanooga FC's newsreel has been full for the last couple of weeks. It keeps coming and coming and coming. Massive club. Huge club. They've announced they're going to compete in the MLS Next side beginning this coming fall, 2025, with the U13, U14, and U15 teams. To let back into the match for Chattanooga Football Club. It's a Tier 1 Southeast Conference for that MLS Next side, so that'll include Atlanta, Carolina Core, Charlotte, Huntsville City, HVS, Charlotte Independence, LSA, Southern Soccer Swarm, Triangle United, Nashville SC, and so many more. Head of steam, fired to the right stick, and it's just wide for the impact. Sigh of relief for Smith and Chattanooga. Goal kick for Smith. Maddie rolls this to Crockett. Jordan. Floater. Collected by McDermott. Reese gets it right back. What a move. Chattanooga ahead of steam. Left off into the area from the corner, and she has it stripped away. Nice clear. Tillette will have to regather. Aniqua Litamanga-Zuma has just been electric, wide open in the field, making great passes and moves. The Cameroon product has been hard to stop for the impact. Look to see her continue to do that all year long. 69th minute is here at a one-goal match. Corner coming for Chattanooga Football Club. Throw in from right near the corner. Just into the area, knocked away. Couldn't regather. Impact watches Chattanooga, feeds this into the corner of the 18. Back to the penalty arc, top right side, and there's too much on it as it sails over the head of Connolly. That'll wrap our 69th minute of play between these two sides. (2-1), Chattanooga leading. Impact. Float this downfield. 1, 2, 3 quick passes. Navy kits. Backside of the circle. Could have been a great intercept. Instead, it's loose for a moment. taken up by Callaway. It'll be a full reset. Impact trying to knife around a would-be defender. Good feed across. Callaway goes backwards. Aaron Houston is the one who got that all started. Aired it out, foot race, she's going to win it. Weir fires the shot herself, and it's batted down. So a corner and a set piece coming for the Impact. Coming next for Chattanooga Football Club, they'll host Decatur FC coming up Tuesday, June 3rd. We'll have full coverage of that this coming week. Hope you'll be with us. Should be a lot of fun. Really excited about the match. Then they'll travel and take on the UFA Gunners on Friday. That's this coming June 6th at 7 p.m. On the 14th, they host Atlanta Fire United. We'll be back with full coverage of that as well. Corner coming for Chattanooga in this 71st minute. Delivered and just barely knocked away by Chattanooga. Some awkwardness on contact with the ball. Sent out. Impact regather. Callaway tried to knife her way around Dillard and instead loses the ball over the side of the pitch. So it'll be taken up by the Impact. Yoneda back to Smith. Maddie for Chattanooga to Crockett. Jordan. Laser strike, hammered, looking for Lolita. Couldn't find her. From behind the midfield stripe. Long feed just over the penalty arc, knocked away, returned, way too much on it. That'll find the grassy knoll. '73rd minute, Chattanooga going to make a change. We're going to see some more of May Hunt. Maddie Smith skies this out through the circle. Chattanooga collects. Head of steam and some space. Nice feed down to the penalty arc. Backside, Chattanooga hammers the shot and poked over the top by Connolly. Great save by Connolly again. So the delivery will come from Chattanooga on the set piece. Tillett to give the ball off. One body parked down in the 6 right now. 4, break formation and await. They want to approach. The referee looking on. Here's the signal. Going to be delivered. Tillett steps back once, twice, 3 times. 74th minute winding. Chattanooga bends low, front side of the 6. One of the header, it rolls through and is cleared initially by Georgia. Impact watches. Chattanooga gets back onto the ball, deep into the wing towards the corner. CFC has it taken away, and it's sent off intentionally by GISC. 2-1. That brings us to the 75th minute of action. We've nearly played 1.25 hours between these two sides. Time waning, time winding in this WPSL showdown. Crucial Southeast Division points on the line. This is a division and a league where you just can't lose if you want to win it all and go to the playoffs. Delivered in the wing. Chattanooga FC down over the end line. Goal kick. Speaking of that Southeast Division specifically, Chattanooga's on top. They've got to win 3 points. Deadlocked with Decatur and Atlanta, but Atlanta lost a match, and the goal difference puts Chattanooga out in front. Georgia Impact is just outside of the top 3. They are number 4 in the Southeast Division to begin the season with this opener on the road. We'll take a look at the top 25 in the country and league in just a moment. Tillett takes it away, brushed across center of the field. Chattanooga rotating. They want to hand it off, and they do. Backside of the circle. Chattanooga FC, one connection. Going forward, she found May Hunt, who loses this over the touchline. Georgia Impact's next couple of matches, they're going to host UFA Gunners and Atlanta Fire United on the 1st and 4th of June, respectively. Impact rejected. Chattanooga. Tillett floated down the field, taken by Dillard. She is run down by the Auburn Tiger. Get out of my way. War Eagle. Inside of 1/4 of an hour to play between these two. 2-1 Chattanooga. And this is going to be another great set piece for Chattanooga Football Club. Look at the positioning. Prime spot to bend this over the top. Could be danger for GISC. Houston, the Tiger of Auburn, still pleading her case, and it's not going to pay off. Started all 21 matches this year for the Tigers. 1,500 minutes, created the game-winning own goal against number 5 Clemson for Auburn. Tillett will bend. Chattanooga looking to capitalize in this late stage. If you're just joining us for the close game alert, 77th minute winding here on the National Soccer Network. I'm Gabriel Schrei. Tillett steps back, wants to bend over the top. Bodies parked inside of the 18-yard box. 3 on the back door as we do get a change for Chattanooga. We also get a change for the Impact. Chattanooga has prepared for the strike of the ball. Crowder checking in. Tillett on the signal, fires over the top to the back door, cleared initially. Chattanooga looking to regather, miskicked, sent back by Tillett just beyond the wing, roped around her boots and taken up on the move by Weir. Long delivery down the side of the pitch. Chattanooga fighting in a dangerous position for possession and able to succeed in maintaining this. Could have been bad news if they lost it there. 79th minute is here and knocking on the door. We'll look at the top 25 at our next break and play in Women's Premier Soccer. Long delivery, pinballing its way down the field. Roped, Crowder inside, pushed through, Chattanooga denied. Rejected. Playing this back and forth with headers. Rolled for Kennedy Ball, and it's popped up to Maddie Smith, who will just let this one find its way to her. Down deep. Referee has something to say about that. We see a yellow card assessed. Anna Weir, the forward from Ackworth, Georgia. So Chattanooga's kick will come from inside of their own 18-yard box. Chattanooga floats us back underway in the 80th minute between these two sides. CFC collected initially. And another yellow. We're throwing him now in Chattanooga. My goodness. I can't believe it. Here's another look at the first bit that resulted in all this. And you can see the push from behind. Great replay by our production team in Chattanooga tonight. You just can't do that. I mean, obviously, runs are down, both hands. That's a great block if you're playing American football, but this is association football. You can't unload on somebody like that. Can't believe the call. And a prime opportunity, a silver platter for Georgia's Impact. Can they capitalize? Rolled down, Crowder steps around one would-be defender and Dillard, backside, headed away initially, regathered in the area, fired to the left, stick and glove by Smith. So short a man for our final 9 minutes of regulation. Chattanooga had one sent off. Running through, dribbling, gets to the penalty arc and is jostled, and the Impact take it away. Chattanooga making a change. Dean, the forward from Littleton, Colorado. Looks like we'll see more of Dillard as well. I was initially confused when 26 checked into the match, but that's one of the Academy products I referenced, so she's not on my spotting board. Chloe Reeves from the Chattanooga FC Academy is in the match tonight on the WPSL side for Chattanooga. Congrats to her and her family. What an accomplishment. At midfield, Chattanooga takes this down across the turf, trying to work it down the touchline. Rolled over the ball, the physicality through the roof. And Chattanooga, I remind you, is short a pair of boots, down to 10 after a second yellow thrown. Juan Hernandez not happy. Hernandez says his piece to the officiating crew will go on. Crockett will be the one to deliver. Jordan bends this down to the corner for Chattanooga. Miscollected, it's off. 85th minute has arrived. Regulation burning quickly. Chattanooga leading by a goal at home at Fort Finley. Gabriel Try, Pro Side Soccer. I'm excited you're here, but the tension is through the roof. Hang on. Georgia Impact will deliver from the corner, way down deep. Crowder lasered through the air and ropes its way into midfield. Backside of the circle, Chattanooga wanted to hammer that. She pulls up, tried to spin around. It's taken off of her boots. Great tackle, impact through traffic, tried to knife around that last line of defense, and Tillett chases this one over the touchline. Last touched and disrupted by Chattanooga. Throw in deep end line, impact. Watch this sail off, and a prime chance coming now for the Georgia side. The Navy Tennesseans are back inside of their own area. They'll try to lock it up in the late stages and prevent a draw from being played to. 86th minute is here. Less than 5 to go in regulation. 2-1 Chattanooga. From the corner, impact deliver, floater, and this one right out in front of the 6. Chattanooga brushes it away over the top of traffic. Hammered back with a good aerial ball, but it's wide of the stick and wide of Maddie Smith, who watches this go. Change for Chattanooga. And so Reeves, who makes her WPSL debut from the Chattanooga Football Club Academy, comes out of the match. She's replaced by number 12, Regina Campa. Very, very cool to see Chattanooga's Juan Hernandez and the extraordinarily experienced staff he's built around him. Marin Butler, the associate head coach, bring 2 academy players not only to the match, onto the bench, but get them minutes in a WPSL matchup, especially such a close one, and they did well. Looking good. Reeves on the pitch now for Chattanooga wearing number 12, her Navy kit. 87th minute, this rolls off. Hernandez shouting out to his players. Late stages, time winding for the Georgia side. They need to get a score if they want to force a deadlock. Points on the line in the hotly contested Southeast Division of the WPSL. Roped across, Georgia Impact. Down the touchline, GISC. Finesses this through. It's taken away by Chattanooga. Tried to row that out to the circle. Intercepted. She's got it. Brushed down towards the wing. This one floated off. Chattanooga misfired on the delivery. Another change coming for Chattanooga FC. After making their debut, our academy products will come off. Congratulations, really cool to see that from Chattanooga. We saw Reeves, we got to see Campa, and replaced now by Brady Livingston, the forward from Knoxville, Tennessee. She's also a CFC Academy standout. Had her debut season with the club last year. 17 matches during the collegiate season for the Lenore-Rhine Bears and produced a goal and a couple of assists as well. 89th minute has arrived. Chattanooga is doing some professional time wasting. Trying to carry the bucket over the finish line without having to do any heavy lifting. That's a long way off, and the Impact will look to create something off of it. 4 white kits standing on the edge of the area, now make it 5, and a 6th just beyond the penalty arc, off screen to the right. Impact await the signal. Bodies shuffling around. Get ready for this delivery. A lot can happen quickly. And a change. Impact will send on a replacement. And now she'll be the one to deliver on the set piece. Gonna come quickly. We've got the signal. She'll tap the ball and drive it. Bodies moving, backside of the penalty arc. Here's the bend for the 6. It's loose, rolls off the back of an Impact player, fired off over the end line. Last touched by Chattanooga, so a corner coming in back-to-back set pieces for the Impact. Juan Hernandez and Bueller are furious. We've got physicality down in the area, just beyond the 6-yard box, and we've seen some outright shoves and pushes in this match. There's a look at our referee who's trying to restore order. I remind you, 2 yellows. We've seen a Chattanoogan sent off. They are down a pair of boots. Only 10 on the field for Chattanooga. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Here's the corner, front side of the 6, near the spot. Loose Chattanooga, desperate to clear into the area on the edge of the 18, towards the end line. Knifes around a defender, hammered off the knee of a Chattanoogan, and this goes off. Throw incoming. Chattanooga back in a defensive shell. The Chattahooligans making some noise, and the violation again down near the corner. The set piece coming. I can't believe we've got another one against Chattanooga. The Impact will deliver. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 white kits standing inside of the 18, 5 just beyond the 6. Here's the bend into the 6, hammered, it floats, and the whistle as the collision is just too much for a referee to let go. And I've been told it's actually 5 minutes of stoppage time as there's an adjustment. And we've also got a player slow to rise. Looks as though she's all right, thankfully. May Hunt, the midfielder from Staines upon Thames, England. Played for the South Alabama and the Jaguars in the Sun Belt Conference. 18 matches this season, 1,200 minutes. Played for the Reading FC Academy. She's back up, good to go. Chattanooga, again, short a pair of boots. Only 10 on the field. 5 minutes of stoppage time is what I'm being told is called for. Maddie Smith floats it. 1.5 hours of regulation gone. Chattanooga just trying to burn the clock out. Returned, knifes around one would-be thief. Long strike of the ball for the Impact, taken at by Chattanooga. Katie Calloway tries. Rejected. Stamp it red, return to sender. Throw incoming. Stolen. Azules have it taken back, tackled off the boots. Taken again, Dillard collides with a teammate this time. Feet tangled, ball is long through the air, down towards the corner, raced to by the Impact. Slide, tackle. Get out of here. Chattanooga's in danger. Nice delivery. Impact steps around the defender. Stoddard from the corner rolls this down the goal line. Pinballed out on the 6. Tillett clears it away, and they're just going to let it go into the brickwork and give another set piece on the throw-in. Immediately back onto the field. Maddie Stoddard from Cumming, Georgia. The Tiger of Auburn threw that one in. Chattanooga pinned back deep, leading by a goal in the late stages. They won all 3 points and to stay on top of the Southeast Division in WPSL play. Floater in, down to the edge of the wing, boxed out. Look at that, nice pass by Chattanooga, and it's hammered out by Reese McDermott. Georgia's got some digging to do. Floated towards the area, intercept in motion. Through vacant space, Chattanooga long strike of the ball, 2-on-2, a foot race. Dillard's got it. Right with her and defending her, the Impact. Strike from the penalty arc just over the top for Chattanooga FC. Where did Dillard come from late? The Charleston, South Carolina native. 7 appearances for the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. SoCon All-Freshman team honors this last season. And the Chattanooga Bird looking good for Chattanooga Football Club as well. Can you say mocks up? Through midfield. Pinball. 4:20 played in stoppage time. They've got an impact through, and the whistle as she tries to fire the shot. The referee blows it dead. Chattanooga down a pair of legs on the pitch. 10 players on for Chattanooga after a pair of yellows assessed. And they are hanging with the impact of Georgia. Full time looming. Maddie Smith doing an excellent job of wasting time. How much clock can they kill? A change for Chattanooga as well as our academy products getting those minutes. Love to see it. Long feed. Header to midfield. Played through Chattanooga. Goodbye. Throw in coming for Georgia. Impact quickly. 5.5 played. They called for 5 of stoppage time. Long throw in. Headed through. She's got it. A nice move. And the slide tackle takes her down as it'll go the other way with Chattanooga's football club. Almost to 6 minutes of stoppage time played. Chattanooga down a player, leading by a goal in the waning moments. The kick. This is off. Thrown in. Impact. Turn. Rolled to the center of the pitch. Backside. Chattanooga could be in danger. Long feed over the top, looking for the header. CFC pinballed away into vacant space. Goodbye. Coming way out, Connolly. We played 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Stoppage time comes to a conclusion. The full-time whistle. Chattanooga wins 2-1. Short a player, 10 on the field. They pull it out and get the victory in WPSL play. They will remain number 1 in the Southeast Division. What a showing for Chattanooga Football Club at home. 2 great scores, Chattanooga Football Club. It felt like they did everything right at home. Played very strong against the Georgia Impact at Fort Finley and carried the bucket over the finish line for a 1-goal victory. A great showing in the Southeast Division. And we're going to look back at this entire match, a recap of what we saw today. That's how it all got started in the 7th minute. The Georgia Impact Soccer Club scored quick. Look at Tillette. Bang! That one finds the right corner. 2 easy for Chattanooga. Deadlocked us a goal apiece. Look at this. We flashed the 28th minute. A great save by the keeper, Hall. This one, forward to the 31st minute. Header went wide. Long delivery in the 35th minute. Struck through into the area, and an absolute howitzer of a shot was saved by the keeper. Flashing forward, this one, a rolling diving save by Maddie Smith. Sent long, this one was taken by Dillard. Chattanooga couldn't hang with it though. It's left off, and Weir fired that where Maddie Smith flashed the gloves, made the save fingertips. Another one, it was all keeper in that second half, and Chattanooga down a player, really leaned on her. Shot over the top, the long bend there looked good for Chattanooga, just couldn't get it to go. And a couple of saves in a row for the keeper, Connolly, looked so good for the Impact tonight. That was the bowl over by number 3 Weir that started all the shoving and pushing at the end and sent off another player for Chattanooga following it all. And that's a look at your winning club in tonight's WPSL match. Chattanooga Football Club takes the victory 2-1 on National Soccer Network. For CFC, for the Georgia Impact, for all of the fans and our wonderful crew, I'm Gabriel Schrei saying so long from Chattanooga, Tennessee, where your final score is 2-1 Chattanooga Football Club victory.